Hi! I started vlogging today and then I stopped vlogging because I just wasn't in the mood anymore, but now I'm feeling very motivated, not to vlog, but just to talk because I just started a new school course. It's called McGlobalization and it's a cultural theory class about globalization and mass media and McDonald's and the food industry and how it's terrible and the pros and cons of globalization in general. But either way, that's not really what got me motivated. I mean, I really like that I started writing my agenda and I have a list again, and that's really cool. I started my day by unplugging my TV because the first thing that I want to do is put on The Office. And that's all I've done for, I would say, the past 3 months maybe, is automatically put on The Office when I'm doing anything. That's my background noise. And I decided that I'm going to unplug my TV for a week because if I want to watch anything different, then I'll watch it on my computer. I'll watch YouTube videos. I'll try and watch like any sort of new content. If there's a new TV show that I want to watch, I really want to watch Dear White People. But that's not what I go to when I'm like watching my television. My television has been like for The Office background noise. And background noise is all good and fine, but I want to ingest new content. And I haven't been doing that. It's made me like really sad. I haven't finished a book in like a month and a half. I finished one graphic novel, in a month and a half. I haven't been looking into new YouTubers. I haven't been watching any new TV shows. And I want to ingest new content. So today's been really interesting so far. I went to the grocery store. I went to another grocery store. I went to Target. After that, I immediately like ate some food because I was starving. And the first thing that I wanted to do is put on The Office. So like, wait, stop, ended up watching YouTube videos instead until like 1 p.m. and then I started doing my schoolwork. And then right now I'm going through some readings and I was just like, man, you know what would be really great? Some background noise. So instead of putting on The Office, I took a little break. I started doing some laundry, and while I was doing laundry, I listened to the New Yorker podcast. I'm finding that I'm much more interested right now in nonfiction than I am fictional content. And I feel like this is going to be a really interesting week for me because not only am I starting my new course where I'm gonna learn a lot of interesting information about globalization, but I'm also probably going to be a lot more politically involved because of the New Yorker podcast. This morning I read a few articles from the New York Times magazine, the most recent one. I get them every single week, as well as the New Yorker. I have a subscription to both. However, I never read any of the articles in any of the magazines, and now I feel like I'm finally going to do it. They're all really interesting. There's an ethicist column in the New York Times magazine, which I really enjoy. I'm getting so pumped about just like ingesting new content. So that's what this week is going to be for me, and I can't decide whether or not having The Office as a background show was a good or a bad thing. I don't necessarily think that it was a bad thing that I was using The Office as background noise for everything that I was doing. It was like a comfort sort of noise that I could rely on, and it's a comfort noise that I've relied on for a really long time. It's a show that I started watching like 2 years ago, and ever since then I really loved it. And since the characters have been with me through a lot of hard times, I've been able to rely on it for just comfort. Like people have comfort food, I guess I have a comfort noise, and that just happens to be my comfort noise. Those characters bring me comfort while I'm doing other things throughout the day. So I don't think that it was necessarily a bad thing, but I do think that I was relying on it too much, and I'd like to stray away from it so I can find other things that will eventually bring me as much comfort as The Office does. Like I said, I'm really into nonfiction right now, so a lot of the books that I am looking forward to reading as well within the next few weeks are nonfiction books. A few weeks ago I attempted to read but stopped reading Human Acts by Han Kang, who wrote The Vegetarian, which I really enjoyed last year. This is about the violent uprising in the 1980s because of the totalitarian events that were happening. It's really intense even in the first 20 pages, so I stopped because I was already not in a great state and I was just too depressing. But it is really interesting. I'd like to keep going with it. It follows a fictional character, but it follows the events that the author has lived through. Something that I really strongly want to read right now is Animal Liberation by Peter Singer. Peter Singer is a wonderful philosopher that created basically the animal liberation movement. He is also an altruist. What I talk about when I talk about Running by Haruki Murakami. I read my first Haruki Murakami last year and really enjoyed it. This is a nonfiction book about his experience with running and how it helped him with his writing, which Ariel Bissett talked about a lot and really enjoyed, so I'm hoping to do so as well. This book is not nonfiction, but again, it's an author that puts her experiences into her writing. Catherine Collins' Whatever Happened to Interracial Love. This is a collection collection of stories about interracial love. And then Trevor Noah, Born a Crime, who has interracial parents, and that was illegal where he was living, and so he had to hide for half of his life, not half of his life, for his childhood, I think, until he was like 6 or something. But he is now quite successful, and I would like to know his story. Those are high priority, but the other books that I would like to read relatively soon that are fiction: The Inexplicable Logic of My Life by Benjamin Alir Sanz, who wrote Aristotle and Dante Discovered the Secrets of the Universe, which I really enjoyed. Britt Mary Was Here by Frederick Bachman. He just came out with a new novel, and I just want to get through the novels that I already own by him first. We Are Okay by Nina LaCour. I really enjoy Nina LaCour's writing. Homesick for Another World, which I got in one of my book of the months, and it just has a lot of short stories, and I read like the first page of one of them and it was ridiculous, and I'm all about the nonsense writing. When I say nonsense writing, I mean raw, blunt writing. There we go. I just wanted to update you guys, I guess. I didn't expect to be making this, but like I said, I'm motivated. I really want to ingest more content, and I really want to ask you guys what kind of content you think that I should be watching, reading, etc. When I'm asking you to suggest any sort of content, literally any sort of content. So like podcasts that you enjoy, content creators on YouTube that you enjoy, any books, movies, TV shows, documentaries, literally anything, articles, magazines that you subscribe to, any sort of content. I want to know. I'm really just interested in ingesting new things. And it doesn't have to be nonfiction, it could be literally anything. Just tell me what your favorite content is. I would really like to know so I can just shuffle through everything. Hope you guys are having a great day, and I hope you have a great week, and I will see you very soon. Goodbye.